Well, good evening, everybody. There's a look from St. Charles this evening, looking out at some of the clouds that are off to the west. We've had a glimpse at the sun this afternoon, this evening. There's a look down in Arnold. You still see we have a muggy evening around town, but we're mostly dry around the St. Louis area right now, mostly dry. The radar has not come to life this evening, nor do we really anticipate it coming to life until after midnight. And that's where we're going to run into some problems. So we want to kind of get you caught up on that as we have a weather impact alert going to run from the overnight hours, specifically after 2 a.m. until about 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. And this is going to be for heavy rain, which is going to bring us a flash flood threat, especially for those creeks and streams. They're really going to jump quickly if we get another 2 to 5 inches of rainfall. So you need to stay aware, make sure that you have your devices charged up and those notifications turned on. And if you'll be out driving, especially in the pre-dawn hours just before daybreak when some of that heavier rain rolls in, if there's water across the road, you don't want to drive through that. It could be a big time problem. That's where most of our flash flood deaths occur due to people in cars that get swept away. So the severe weather threat that was to our south and east through the early evening hours, that has faded. That's where it got really steamy and hot today in the 90s. We've been muggy for sure, but held in the mid 80s for highs because of that cloud cover around. Now, there are scattered showers out here from eastern Kansas, north and west of St. Louis, but it's really this batch of thunderstorms. It's getting going across Nebraska, far western portions of Kansas. That's what we'll watch for as we head towards 3, 4, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. What you're seeing north and west of St. Louis now from Hawk Point, Truxton, up north of Troy towards Eolium, Bowling Green, that's pretty light rain at best. Nothing that's going to amount to much. Otherwise, the rest of us looking at a pretty dry evening around St. Louis. We won't stay that way through the overnight hours. The flood watch goes into effect. Actually, it's gone into effect now, and it will run through Thursday night until 1 a.m. on Friday morning. It does include St. Louis. That's because in the last 24 hours, we had some copious amounts of rain. These were really efficient rainfall makers here across the bi-state area last night and early this morning. Out along the Missouri River, out along Interstate 70, some spots with 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. We had upwards of 2 to 3 inches even over western portions of the metro area, close to 3 inches out in Wentzville, Catawissa, right there. Doug shared this picture on our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers Facebook group, right at 2 inches. Jefferson County, Hillsborough, 1.95. Union had 2.5 or 3 inches in that area. So we're going to get another 2 to 5 inches of rainfall, with those isolated heavier amounts being focused west of St. Louis. But in the metro area, amounts will again vary. That's if you're under the heaviest storms that keep going over the same spots. But there's your impact alert through the morning hours. And once we get towards lunchtime into the afternoon, we're talking lesser chances for rain around St. Louis. Don't think we're going to break out into a lot of sunshine. Think it'll be very similar to what we saw on Wednesday. But for Thursday evening and overnight Thursday night, another weather impact alert for the potential of severe weather sliding in. And mainly it's going to be from gusty winds on Thursday evening on the 4th of July. And it may just give us time to get the fireworks in before things get unsettled during the overnight hours. So rest of the evening's pretty quiet. We head into early tomorrow morning. Here come those showers and thunderstorms developing and expanding across the region. This should push in before daybreak. Be with us on our Thursday morning from 5, 6 through 7 o'clock again. You could get some 2 to 5 inches of rain in spots. That won't happen everywhere. Most of us won't see that much, but if it does move over the metro area in the same spots with those heavier storms, you really do get drenched. By 10 o'clock, we're letting it up somewhat. May push those parade start times back. Some cities have already done that just a little bit, trying to anticipate the area of rain in the morning. And then during the afternoon, we think 2, 3, 4 o'clock, not a whole lot's happening. You get into your evening barbecue, 6, 7 o'clock, we're still pretty good. But then after that, the potential for these thunderstorms to develop and come out of the Ozarks and mid-Missouri will be on the increase. Some of those could have some gusty winds with them. That would be the main severe weather threat. They can also produce some more heavy rain, which we wouldn't need anymore, but at least the round that we're expecting for later Thursday into the wee hours Friday morning keeps moving. So it's not going to be like what we see overnight tonight into early on Thursday, where you have repeat performances. So the focus really goes to the stronger storms here for the 4th of July during the evening hours. We say 6 p.m., that's probably early. It's more like 7 or 8 to 1 a.m. the way things are looking right now, but we kind of put it at 6 just simply because, you know, these complexes of thunderstorms, as they ebb and flow and as they recreate some energy in the atmosphere, they tend to create their own weather. So we want to make sure that our window is wide enough and that we're prepared for that. Heavy rain, gusty winds, those are going to be the main threats. So staying aware. Obviously, 4th of July, we all want to go out to the fireworks displays. Let's hope we can get it in without any problems. You know, there's still that chance, especially going east of St. Louis. Going to Friday, this is a good-looking forecast for Friday and Saturday. If you're lucky enough to get a 4-day weekend, looking pretty good. Mid to upper 80s here for Friday and Saturday's highs. We should see a decent amount of sunshine. The rain is eluding us both days. By Sunday, the rain chances are getting a little bit closer, and we do start to get a little more steamy. Temperatures climbing closer to that 90-degree mark around the St. Louis area. So your next 7 days featuring our weather impact alert here for the 4th of July. First thing in the morning, we have to deal with a heavy rainfall. That goes away. We have some dry time through the afternoon, and then after dinner time, perhaps after fireworks, perhaps, we will see the chance of more showers and thunderstorms returning. But there will be dry time tomorrow for sure. Friday, we're about 87, partly cloudy skies. Saturday and Sunday, really low rain chances here as we go over the weekend, and it's reasonably comfortable. It does get a little more humid heading into Sunday. Beginning of next week, we'll have our chance for some showers and thunderstorms as well. But at this point, it really does look like once we get through tomorrow, we'll be in pretty good shape across the area for the rest of the holiday weekend. Now, just a quick update on Beryl. This is still a hurricane, 130-mile-per-hour winds. The center is off to the west of Kingston, Jamaica. So the actual eye of the storm has gone just south of Jamaica. They've had problems, yes, in Jamaica, but the worst of it has been offshore. The track of this thing is going to take it through the Gulf of Mexico, or into the Gulf of Mexico, and probably make landfall as either a weak tropical storm, or I should say a weak hurricane, or a strong tropical storm, somewhere not too far south of Brownsville, give or take a little bit. But if you are traveling this weekend, or you have friends that have gone to the Gulf Coast, Gulf Shores, Pensacola Beach, over towards Destin, Fort Walton Beach, this thing's really starting to churn up the swells. So by Saturday, rip currents along the northwest coast of Florida, panhandle there, they're going to be rough, and it's going to be dangerous. So if you have some friends that are going down there, just let them know the rip currents, because of the hurricane, even though the hurricane's not going to be anywhere close to them, it's going to send those swells, and you're going to get some pretty intense rip currents, and you don't want to fight that because you don't win with rip currents. And usually the outcome is not good if you try to fight it. So just swim sideways. If you get caught into one, you can kind of just float out there, and once you get out of it, just swim to the side or float to the side, and a lifeguard will come get you. I wouldn't swim without the lifeguards, you know, on duty. Anyhow, there's a look at your 7-day here locally. And again, this is pretty typical for this time of year. We just got to get through the rain tomorrow. It will be raining tomorrow morning for most of us, then we'll get a break. And then tomorrow evening, another round of stronger storms.